Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Some of you will be aware that I haven't been around recently, and I just want to touch on that and let you know why I haven't been here. Towards the end of last year, my youngest sister Kim became really poorly she had an eating disorder. She'd been suffering for that for the past 20 years. And in January, just gone, she sadly passed away from her eating disorder. It's been a really challenging time for the family. Obviously, we're devastated, and as you can imagine, it's just not been on my agenda to make any videos. So I just wanted to let you know that it isn't that I haven't been interested in making them for whatever, there has been a legitimate reason. What I will say is, okay, so there's an aeroplane going over at the moment. I'm hoping you can still hear me above it. So what I was just saying is that chickens are talking now too. So if any of you are suffering from an eating disorder or know of someone suffering from an eating disorder, it is so important that you talk to somebody. And what I will do is put the link to the Beat Eating Disorder UK charity down below in the description. I'm sorry, I don't know the equivalent elsewhere, but certainly for UK residents, please contact this number down below if you need to talk to somebody. It's so important. Now, I am going to get straight into the video, and one of the things that Kim loved, she loved watching my videos, and she loved whenever I brought her some produce or some eggs or whatever. She absolutely loved it, which again, some of you might find really odd. An eating disorder, loving food and things, but actually, Kim loved her food and she really cared passionately about where it came from. So yeah, so I'm going to get straight into it. And Kim, I'm dedicating this video to you. So let's get straight into it. So this has been one of the wettest Februaries on record. I think it's actually been, I'm sorry, everything seems to be hindering me making a video today. What is it? Oh, it was a sparrowhawk being chased by some crows, rooks.
Just in that, near the shed.
Oh wow, okay. Sorry, so we've been interrupted so far by aeroplanes, chickens, a sparrowhawk being chased by the rooks. Hopefully that'll be it for now. Right. So as I was saying, it's been the wettest February on record. So it's been the wettest February on record. We've had so much rain here for 250 years. And so it's just been impossible to do anything out here. It's an absolute quagmire. This bit's not too bad, but that's because there's some trees and things above me here. Now, at the moment, we're in the process of moving some plants. I've got a border just behind you there that I'm moving some plants over to here. I want this to be a really big, lovely herbaceous border. I'm kind of just plonking them in at the moment, just because I haven't got time to sort of sort it all out. I don't know if you can see, just behind the border, there is a drainage ditch. Now, we do have plans for that in the future, but at the moment, we haven't got the time to sort that out. Now, this was the area when we first moved in. This was a fruit cage, and it was absolutely up to here with brambles and nettles, and you name it, it was awful. And the only way to get at it, we had to hack it all back to get to it. And then what we did, because the soil was awful, is we'd found another area where all the compost and the chickens and everything from the previous owners had been left for years and years and years, and it had never been distributed anywhere. So I used all the boxes from moving, put them down, and barrowed all that compost over. It did give me absolutely terribly sore elbows. Anyway, so that was that. That was never going to stay like that, because this is kind of an area that is used by the family a bit more. So we've now moved the vegetable garden further back. We're in the process of doing it. So it's all evolving. So this will all change. Frugal tip here. We found this in the garage, in our old garage. Bits of it were missing and we just plonked it in. So as you come, let's come round here. So we will start here. So just here, I haven't finished it yet, but I've moved all the rhubarb. I'm in the process of topping up the soil. as you can see, but it's looking really healthy. And then just behind me here, I've got the blueberry bushes. Now, the chickens free range in the garden, and they are causing absolute havoc, I have to say, at the moment. They started off okay, but recently they've really been causing a lot of trouble. So we are in the process, actually this afternoon we're going to finish it, and we're erecting some fencing so that they can have an area a bit further up the garden just to keep them off everything, because I will show you in a minute one of the things those naughty chickens did. Right, I'm just going to show you what I have been doing. So these beds here, I don't know if you can see, we have got quite a few ash trees around. They seem to be everywhere around here, and they need heavy pruning each year. And I'd seen this somewhere else. It's not perfect, it was a bit of a rush job, but this is sort of my take on a little mini dead hedge, a mixture between sort of your woven hurdle hedging and a dead hedge. And it does need a little bit of work. I did this quite late at night, but I just banged in some stakes and I put the edges in just to sort of define some areas. And I think it looks really pretty. So I've made two of these. I've got some peas in there, bit of old Swiss chard there, a little bit of beet left, and some parsley. And then here I have invested in some of these veg boxes. They're the, oh, where were they from? Is it Birdies? I think it says it on Birdies. They're Birdies, and I love them. They are brilliant. I am so taken with these. Now in both of these I've got overwintering onions. Actually, that's a lie. I've got shallots and garlic in here. If you have a look in here, the naughty chickens got in there a couple of days ago and they dug up all my onions. So that's another reason why I want to confine them a bit more. So we're in the process still of making these beds, and you can see this one's a little bit too full, but what we're doing is we're chucking in loads of sticks and things. This, like I say, this one's a little bit too full of sticks. And then the next stage is then we're topping it up with leaves and things. And then the top sort of few inches is going to be compost. I've used up most of the compost from the compost bays. So yeah, and we'll gradually build on it. I'm still in the process here, as you can see. This is one that's in the process of being made. So I've got to get some cardboard and stick it on here before I put these in. But you can see, I don't know if you can just have a look here as to how wet the soil is. And I'll demonstrate with me just walking in a minute. It is just awful. In fact, let's go up to the chickens. Look. It's just awful. Absolutely horrendous. However, this bit is just like that. And with just putting this wood chip down, it's making it so much easier. And over time, I think we can sort this. I really, really do. So our job for today, we've moved our chicken run right up to the top of the garden. Did I say we were going up there? Should we have a quick go? Here come the chickens. See if there's any eggs. Two eggs. Ooh. So we only did this yesterday, so it's not finished, but we have moved the chicken run up to this corner, and we've bought some netting, and we're going to have them free ranging sort of up here, but we've got to put the netting together. And I think I've bought the wrong netting, because I wanted it to go from one side to the other, but I've bought one to go round. But I think we can go with it. We're going to be doing that this afternoon, and maybe I'll show you the finished article once done. Don't know how it's going to work, at the moment, because as you can see, we've also planted a hedge. We're still in the process of planting a hedge. We don't want the chickens digging all that up. So we're going to have to stop them from getting to that. I think I'm going to go in and have a cup of tea, perhaps have some eggs, and then come out a bit later and show you the finished article. So thank you so much for joining me here today. And from me and the chickens, bye.